Hi guys, I'm Asif Ali and you're watching CGHOW video. Today I created this DNA type of spiral and this is the reference I found on CGHOW. I'll put the link in description, and if you haven't subscribed my YouTube channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, like, share and comment, and don't forget to follow me on Twitter. My handle is CGHOW underscore and link is in the description. So let's start this tutorial.
CGHOW. CGHOW.
First of all, subscribe my YouTube channel and also click on bell icon so you will receive all new video notification. So this is the reference I found on CGHOW. I'll put the link in description, and if I open this in new tab, so this is like a DNA and just particles I will use for it, and I have already a tutorial on DNA in my channel if you search, but I think there I use different technique, but today I will use a very simple technique to create it. I have already similar tutorial to make a DNA shape, but today I will use a technique that I have already used here in my last tutorial, in this one and this one, to rotate particles. I use that technique and I'll use that again. So let's start this. So first I'll create a Niagara and I'll take a fountain DNA. And here I will remove these for now and I'll take a burst, maybe 10,000 particles, and make it unset size maybe 2. And then in the shape I will use box and maybe like this, or maybe 80 and 250 or 300. Okay, so we have these particles and we can make this GPU to make lots of particles, to use lots of particles. So like we can increase even more, and I will use just spawn at once and life is infinite. And then yeah, I can make it higher. So now we have this, a rectangular shape, and I want to twist it like here. This is twisted. So to do that, what you need to do, I have already a module called spin, and in this module we can spin these. We can rotate this particle altogether, the shape. But I will create it again. It is very simple, although nothing is complicated here, but I'll create it again. So I'll create a scratch pad, and let's say because we are going to use it for twist, I am just renaming it twist. Okay, and I'll actually use it in spawn, not here. I will also use it, but for now let's use it on spawn. And here we need position. And in UE5, we have this pink position. Before UE5, we used to have a yellow position. So now you need to convert this to a vector. Then you will have this yellow vector. Then make 3. Actually, you need 1 axis just to rotate it. But you can make 3 float. But for now, I'll just make the 1 float. And that will be my, Z. So now you need to take the Euler to quaternion, and this G will be yaw, and this pitch and roll I will leave just 0 because we don't need these axes. If you need these, you can just connect here and make XYZ different separately. Okay, so now we need to multiply vector with quaternion and multiply it with the position, then set the position again and connect it here. It will again convert vector to position. Hit apply. And now here in twist we have just this one, and that we can rotate around. So if you move it in update and you can multiply this with anything like age or time or delta time, and then if you put the value here like 200, it will rotate it like this. But we want twist. So I'll just move it here and I'll reset the values. And because our rectangular shape has a height, and that height is 300, we know that. So now we can do one thing, we can multiply this with the height. So for height, we will take the vector here, and vector will be on z-axis, and then connect it to the position. And you need to convert it to the position first, then you need to make the position here. And now, because my position starts from 0 and 0 0.1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 till the 300, so those values are multiplying with this rotation and it's making it like a twist. So we can use like 2 or maybe 1.5, 2.5 maybe. Let's make it like half of it. So it depends on you how much you want. So then we can make it like Cyan, and then also I will use a random size 2 and 1. So we have this. Now we can move this twist, actually copy this twist with press Alt and drag. And here we will do the same thing that we did. We will multiply this with the delta time and maybe 200. So we have a twist shape that is rotating. Okay. So first part is done, then we need these lines and then this thing, and you can use mesh for this if you want, but I will not use mesh for now. I will, or you can use actually mesh. You can take slender, so you will have the thickness, but let's try it with the sprite, then you can replace the mesh. So you have this first emitter. I'll just copy it, Control C, Control V. So if I isolate this, now what we need, these lines. So if I delete this twist for now, we have this rectangular shape, but we need these lines like this, and they have the same gapping between them. So I will not use shape location for now. And burst, I will use maybe 20 for now. We will decide how much we need. Then let's increase the spawn size, sprite size to maybe 5 for now, or 10. Then I will select this emitter and search here position and drag it here. And then we will break it. Before break, we need to make it vector. Then break it. And on Z, because we have now X, Y, Z, and we can move it on any axis like on X or Y or Z. So I will multiply the Z with execution index. So now this value will make the gap between these particles, and that will be the equal gap. But before multiplying it, because if I check both, this second emitter, let me make it white so it will be visible properly. So this second emitter is emitting from the center of my this is twisted thing. I want it to make it down. So for that, you select this and before multiply, copy this, add a value to offset, then multiply. So this add value will offset it whether you want to make it up and down. Okay, and we know that our height of this is 300. So here first we will use it 300, and then this is half, so we need 150 offset minus 150. So now this will cover the same height. Okay, now you can make this size non-uniform and increase it on X, maybe 50, and disable the random rotation. Okay, or maybe like this much. Okay, but these are like roundish, and in this we have the rectangular shape. So you can make a basic material for this M color. And I'll just take a particle color, connect it here, and that's it. You don't need opacity and anything. Yeah, you can make it unlit, and because this material will be okay. So you can use translucent or opaque, whatever you want. Let's say translucent. So I'll browse this material and I'll use that here. Let it compile. So we have these lines and we can decrease it also, not much. So we have these lines, but these lines are camera facing. So first you need to make the custom alignment, custom facing vector, and here I will take a line sprite to match orientation, and I will use the Z axis. So these are now facing the Z axis, but I think we need to face, yeah, X axis, and also make it two-sided so you can check it from the both side. So now you can see from both side, but not from top properly. But yeah, you can use a cylinder, then you can watch, you can see that from all sides. So now first thing you need to rotate these, and because we use this twisted here, but here we cannot use that because these particles doesn't have any shape emitter. These are spawning on a point and they have this length. So what we can use here this rotation. So if you'll see, we have this rotation, but this is going the wrong side. So here, let's make it like one for now. Okay, so now you have this rotation. So similarly, you can do here multiply it with execution index, and you got that exact same thing, but there's slightly offsetting thing here because if I make it 0 and if I make it also 0, if I turn this off, you see there's 90-degree offset. So what you need to do here in the rotation before multiplying with execution index, I will add some value to offset. So I'll copy this and then add and then paste it here. So this add, I can rotate it 0.25, 90 degrees, so it will match the rotation. Then we can turn this on, this twist, and then here in this one, we can turn this multiply on. So we have exact same thing. Okay, and now to rotate it, we will take a rate, sprite rotation rate, and this is delta time, and here in twist we also use delta time with multiplying 200. So if you put the same value here 200, it will rotate with the same speed. So cool. We can brighten this up little bit so you can see, and slightly I will increase this to maybe 90 or 100. Okay, maybe 90. Now we need that dots. So to create that, what you need to do is I'll copy this emitter again, copy and paste here and isolate this. So we have these lines, and these lines actually, let's make it slender because it's not looking better. So let me search if I have any good slender. So static mesh. Slender, I have lots of slender. Let me check the pivot. Yeah, it is in center. This will work. So I'll just browse this, and in my effect, in my second emitter, I will turn this sprite on and I'll take the mesh renderer and then we need that mesh here. Okay. But things will change now because now we were using the sprite rotation. Now we have a mesh, so we will use the mesh rotation. So we have this cylinder and we don't need this align sprite to the mesh orientation. Actually, before doing that, because you have already good thing, I will duplicate this. So first, this is my fill particles. These are my lines. And then we will create that balls and I'll delete this for now. So I'll copy this line, copy and paste here, and I'll turn this off. And in this one, we will edit things. So we have these lines and I'll turn off the mesh. I'll delete the sprite and I'll delete this and also rotation rate. We need the position and but we will turn this off for now. And here we need an initial size and I will make here a non-uniform size. So basically, first I will use 0.1, 0.1, 0.1, 0.1 actually. Turn on the position. So we have this, but these should be rotated 90 degrees. So I will take initial mesh orientation and none. And then we need to rotate it on y-axis 0.25. And then in the size, we need to increase this and wait 0.01, 0.01, 0.02, 0.02. Okay, so now we have cylinders and I will use that material, that white color here. So these will be visible properly. Let it compile. Okay, so these are now visible. Let me make the width 0.05, 0.05. So we have these cylinders now that we can see properly. So to rotate, so we have already this initial mesh orientation. I will move it here, then I will copy this and paste it again, Control C, Control V here. And then if I make it 0, and we need to rotate this on which axis? On the Y axis, not Y, on the Z axis. So I'll break this. And again, I'll say do the same thing. So initial particle, I can copy this. So I will copy this whole thing that I did with the sprite angle and paste it here. So we have the same thing and let me check if it is matching. It is matching perfectly. And the size, I need to decrease it to here 0.03, 0.03 or maybe 0.02, 0.02. Yeah. So now these are visible properly. So now after lines, we need balls. So I'll just copy this, paste here and call it ball. And here we need a mesh, the sphere. And let's use this and let me check if the pivot is in center. Yeah, we can use that sphere. Okay, so now we have balls in this one. And these are also stretching because we use this. I will use uniform and make it maybe 2 for now, 0.2 and turn this off. So now these ball are also rotating, but one more thing, let's turn this ball off. These lines not rotating with that, so you need to take the update match orientation and in the rate. Why these are not rotating? Why these are not rotating? Oh, oh, we needed actually different axis. But now rotation is different because if I put the 200 here, it will be very speedy. And why? Because if I open this, it's a huge thing. Let it be. If I make, okay, we need to check what rotation rate we need. And also, I will create update rotation again. And I have checked some values like you can see this is fast now and this is slow now. So 0.55 value is working fine. Okay. So now we need to create the balls. So in here, in the balls, what we need to do actually, we need to just offset these. So if I just, let's make some space, move this, copy this twist here in the balls, nothing will happen because balls are on the same place. But in the position, if I offset it on the y-axis like this or on the x-axis, it's rotating, but it's weird. So what we will do, I don't need this and I don't need this actually. I need just position and in the position we will multiply it with the height also. So I will do that. So these are rotating but will not be visible. So what I'll do, I'll just move this twist, this with the multiply with the height and drag it with the alt here. Now we have this. Because we have offset here, if I make it 0, it will not be visible. But I can make like 50. We will check how much we need. So yeah, 50 is enough. And then we can decrease the size of the spheres. And 50 is not enough. Actually, it's more. So we will decrease it. And also the size maybe 0.06. Yeah. And then even more. It's 40. 40. So we can increase the size a little bit, 0.08. And then we can duplicate this ball, copy and paste. And nothing to do, just make it -40 for the other side. And there it is. You have your DNA spiral with a very quick way. And you can also make some parameters like we have this 1.25. So this is twist. And in this we have uh, this rotation 1. So we can add some value in these and then make a parameters. So I think that's it for now. And I will actually do some more thing. I'll copy this fill particle, paste it here, and I'll reduce the spawn rate maybe 100 and make it brighter, maybe 5. So we will have some bright even more, maybe 100, 200, and the size also random. And then we can use the size, sprite size, and make the uniform and sine wave, the age here, and then these are twinkling, but not random, so I will randomize this 2.2 and 1. Now we have some twinkling effect. I can actually make this even more random and maybe 1000 particles. Yeah, that's fine. And we can also make our lines bluish. And also the balls 100 or maybe 20, 50. And also this one 50. Actually 50 is too much, I think. 20 and 20. And this looks cool. And also you can copy this fill particles again, paste it here. And in this one, I'll increase the my box size 100 or maybe 500, 200. So we will have this, and I will make very light 0.05 and also size maybe 1 and 25. And I think size is too much. 150 is enough. So that's it. We got the output. So thanks for watching. Keep learning, and bye bye. So that's it.